Hey everybody, I'm back. So sorry it's been a while since I posted anything. I wanted to give y'all kind of an update of where I'm at in my journey here in Sweden on becoming a nurse in this wonderful country. I am sorry I have not posted anything. I've had a whole lot going on in my life. Uh, y'all don't need to know all about that, but just briefly, of course, learning a new job and trying to improve my skills with the Swedish language and go through all the hoops to get my nursing license in Sweden. And on top of that, there's just the normal things of adapting to a new life here in Sweden. And next month marks 2.5 months of living in Sweden. And I can say it's really strange to look at because in some ways it's really gone really fast. And in some ways it feels like forever. I think, this last, definitely the first 2 years of this 2.5 years was fraught with a lot of tribulations and trials, trying to come into society here in Sweden and get everything set up. Like if you look at my old videos, if you've been following me, it has not been easy at all. And now here I am. I feel like compared to back then when I first came into Sweden, moving here back in 2019, just after the pandemic, or I guess the pandemic wasn't completely ended, but I say 2019. Was it 2019? No, it's 2021. Sorry about that. Getting my years all mixed up. The whole COVID thing was a blur. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I am here. I just got back from Texas last week. I had a much needed vacation. I did not realize how much the darkness was actually starting to affect me here in Sweden. I thought I was dealing with it just fine, but then when I went back to Texas, it was really cold there. In fact, it's actually gotten colder in that part of Texas I come from than it has been here in Sweden. But at least they get a lot of sunlight, a lot more than what we get here in Sweden. And I just noticed I was feeling better from that. And so, yeah, it was good to get a little bit of vitamin D and sunshine. But now here I am back. And then as soon as got back, now what my video is about, I am starting my final step towards becoming a nurse in Sweden. So I've learned the language well enough to get my certificate. So I got a certificate from the University of Lund, so you can look at my other videos for information on that. I have passed 2 exams that were towards my nursing license here. I got videos about that if you want to look at that. And then also, I had to have all my education assessed by the governing body that manages like people's licenses and stuff here in Sweden. And that was the very first step. So I've gotten past all that. Now I'm at the final step, and that is it's called Författningskunskap. So it's basically a course through the University of Umeå in Sweden, and it is basically a college level course. You get credit for it and everything. It's a self-paced type course, so you kind of work it in to your work schedule. And I am trying to get there's like 5 modules. You have to get those all done and pass them, and then you move on to the final part, which is like a written assignment. And I don't know what that's going to look like yet because you have to finish the first 5 modules before you can get to that part. So I'm trying to get the modules done so I can focus on that final part. I will say this is, I keep thinking, oh, the hardest part is over now with getting my license in Sweden, and then I find something that's even harder. The level of Swedish that's in this course is extremely high. I don't even think your general layperson out of normal level of education in Sweden, I don't think that it would be easy for them to understand this stuff. And I'm only 2.5 years in with my Swedish language skills, and so yeah, I'm just kind of struggling through this. I'm using Google Translate a whole lot. The questions are extremely hard, and it's a lot of like, I basically it's like lawyer speak. I didn't go to school to be a lawyer. We never had anything like this as a nurse in America. We have what's called jurisprudence, and we have ethics, and you have to do like 2 hours, I think it is, of continuing education and jurisprudence and ethics like every 6 years. And it's just some self-paced thing you just do online at your own convenience. And yeah, it's a lot easier than this here. This is just insane. So the first quiz I did, I passed on the first try. The second one I have not passed yet, and I've done it a couple times, and I keep getting like really close. But when you go and you redo the quiz, then the questions are completely different. It's like, according to such and such tax code, or not tax code, like patient safety code, this is this. And you'll have like all the multiple choices, and a lot of times about 50% of the questions are not just multiple choice like A, B, C, D, or E. It's like check all that applies. So it could be one of them, two of them, none of them, all of them. You just don't know. So that's what I'm dealing with. But hopefully, I'll be done with that here in about 5 weeks if I can get through these modules. I think that's probably the hard part right now of this course is the modules, and then the writing thing. I'm planning to hopefully give myself a couple weeks to just work on that one assignment. Then the last thing after that is get my grade and send that off to Social Stilwelson, the people that give me the license, and I'll pay a fee. And and other good news, I had my censuring. It's like a practical, I guess you'd say like an internship. I had it actually approved by the Social Stilwelson here in Sweden. So really good news in that area. So yeah, I'm just at this last step here, aside from paying the fee for my license in Sweden. So thank you guys, all of you that have followed me on this journey here. I've gotten a lot of questions from people that are trying to go through this process. Some are kind of either just starting, they're thinking about it, or they're somewhere in the process. I will say I will help you as much as I can, but I think what I'm going to end up doing is I may create some sort of way that y'all can talk with me directly, because it's real hard for me to I notice a lot of the questions are the same, and also I can't send links through YouTube very easily. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So I think that's in the works. Is I'm going to try to figure out some sort of way that I can offer some coaching to share tips and things of that nature. So that should be in the works. And yeah, if you have any other comments or questions, feel free to leave that down at the bottom, and I will keep you posted as things continue to progress. Y'all have an awesome, wonderful day.